Hi, this is Greg Bass. I'm reading to you from my book, Not Eating. It's a book about how fasting can save your life, like it did mine. And I'm going to read to you today from the chapter. Why do I have my glasses on? Just why? Because I'm going to need them in a second, but I'm not going to walk. I'm going to read to you from the chapter called Fight's Not Over Yet. I love that. Fight, because who doesn't love a good fight? All right, fight's not over yet. Here we go. So on the second day, you might just wake up a little and say, hey, I'm going to stick with this not eating a little bit longer. Day two, if that happens to you, will be a little easier. Seriously. Boom. Make sure it's showing them professional. Day two is going to be a little easier. You're going to be a little less hungry. You're not going to think about food quite as much. But you should keep praying like nobody's business. You should even read more of the Bible. Or do some gardening or mindfully meditate if you want. There's basically two kinds of people who might be reading this. One, you're the kind of person who looks to the Bible for direction and help. Two, you're the kind of person who doesn't go looking in the Bible for answers. But you need help with something big in your life. I was more like that when I started. I needed so much help. A lot. I still do, okay? Different subject. My faith in the Bible only grew after the miracles started piling up in my life. It was evidence. It was evidence-based. Don't give me no thing about faith. Doesn't require the evidence. It's not really faith and blah, 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 blah. Boom. Okay? Quit thinking so much. Just try it. Whoever you are and wherever you're coming from, it works, I promise. That's all you need to know. I can't explain it, even though I'd like to. Once again, it doesn't matter to me one bit if you believe my story, our story about fasting with no food and no calories and no juice, no nothing like that for 100 days in 1 year. But I will tell you the story because some of you are going to try it and some of you are going to be saved and I don't even know you. And to tell you the truth, to tell you the hard truth, I don't really care. But I feel compelled to do this. Compelled like I don't have any other choice, so I'm doing it. All right? I don't really want to put myself out there in the world publicly as some person who says do this or don't do that because it's in the Bible. Good Lord, I've seen people say those kinds of things or mean-spirited or dumb or selfish or any number of weird reasons, and that turned me off. And yet now here I am doing it. It's me. Joke's on me. Ha ha. Hilarious. Here's another thing. Don't tell people you're not eating. Listen, don't tell people you're not eating. Did you hear me? Don't tell people you're not eating. Why? Well, Jesus said not to if that matters to you. Or if you just care about what works, once people know you're not eating, they are going to rapid fire spit out a rat-a-tat-tat line of discouraging words at you, all from a place where they don't know jack diddly about what they're talking about. All right? They don't. I had somebody tell me one time, this is a bonus section. Somebody tell me one time, oh, you know, it's been proven that if you don't eat for more than 24 days, you die. And I'm like, well, frick, dude, you're telling that to two people who didn't eat for 40 days. Couldn't be. It's been proven. And that's a pretty extreme, but they're a bunch of people, anybody, forget, one day they're going to go, oh, you got to break back into it with some kefir yogurt and some somewhere in here it probably tells you, and I'll probably blow the story right now, but when for end of that first 21-day fast, I broke it with a damn double cheeseburger. Boom! Amazing. Right off my grill. So good. Okay, don't tell anybody that you're not eating, okay? They think they know everything, but they don't. People are, the majority is wrong. Majority is almost always wrong. They don't know what they're talking about. There's another place in this book where I tell you about how it gets rid of all the stuff. Since I wrote this book, a guy got the Nobel Prize for medicine for discovering what I think is called autophagy, AUTOPHAGY, which is how your body gets rid of damaged parts of your DNA, and your body will rid itself of your damaged cells. And the number one way that it does it is after fasting or during fasting. The number one way by far, nothing else even comes close. The way if you stop eating, your body's response is to start shedding its damaged cells. And the guy got the Nobel Prize for Medicine, I think it's 2016. I wrote this book in like 14. We did all this in 2011 and 12, all right? We predated this by 5 years, all right? Nobel Prize since I wrote it. Same thing. Okay, so somebody knows now what they're talking about, okay? But that hadn't happened. That research wasn't even done yet when we did this book. I promise you, I was not reading the latest research in cell regeneration. So funny. But these people, they're going to tell you, your body's going to pass out. Your brain's going to shut down. Snakes just might fall out of the sky. All if you don't eat. Everyone will tell you that. And 100% of them have never done it. They haven't. I guarantee you that if somebody tells you something bad is going to happen to you about not eating, that person has never done it. Never. Promise you. They don't know what they're talking about. Let me tell you something, because I freaking did it. All right? Okay? I freaking did it. And my wife did it too. And if I could give you a glimpse of my life before and after, you would freaking do it too. You don't need your trainer or your mom, your friend, or anybody else talking you out of it. Good Lord, you've probably already tried all that stuff they said would work, and it's probably not working, right? And that's why it's here. Legal disclaimer, legal disclaimer. Tell your doctor and get his approval first, okay? You're not burning the flag, all right? You're just not eating. I'm going to tell you what I read in the Bible. I'm going to tell you what I read in the Bible, and then I did it myself. Not eating won't kill you, and it may just save you. Remember. So just don't tell anybody, okay? Unless, of course, they're going to fast with you. Not eat and pray instead with you. All right? Some of the not eats in the Bible were by one person alone, but as we will see, some were by large groups. At least one was by a whole city. So feel free to enlist your people to not eat with you. Ramp up your sales skills, boys and girls. If you're having marriage problems, for instance, not eat with your spouse. All right? I talked mine into doing it. You can too. Not eating, see? One more thing I have to tell you that it says in the Bible, actually Jesus said it, so it's a pretty big deal if you're into that kind of thing, that if you fast in secret, God will reward you in the open. And a reward from the Lord is pretty awesome. I've seen it firsthand. Trust me, you want some of that. You want to get your hands on some of that. Open reward from the Lord. Great news from day 2. You won't be as hungry as day 1. So you might just decide to keep going. Again, with the secrets. I mentioned earlier that I was going to spill some of the beans so you wouldn't get discouraged and quit too early. It gets easier as you go along. Instead of getting harder because it's longer, what does that say? Instead of getting harder because it's longer since you've eaten, it gets a little easier as you adjust. Now, you may still miss chewing as much. You may feel free to chomp on that sugar-free gum. Did you hear what I said? It gets a little easier. I think we're learning a lot. We've learned a lot from some other research recently, but your body's probably starting to burn off fat, and it changes its fuel that's using, going all ketogenic. That whole keto movement, again, all that stuff was after this book. All right, after the book. You can look it up. on Amazon. It gets easier. It does. Thank you.